Hello, I'm Ray here and this is MotoNZ. Today we're doing something with the Rabiconda street chain changer that I don't know if it's meant to do, but we're going to give it a crack. We've got some guys around and we're going to do something with TuBliss. Here we go. This is Nick.
Hi.
Nick, what are we doing?
What we're going to do is we're going to prepare the rim first to put the TuBliss system onto the rim.
What's the rim for? What does it go on? What bike?
So this is going on a YZ250 FX. So this is a fresh install on my son's rim, and fingers crossed.
Check out this young fella. He's got a bit bigger since the last time you saw him on video. He might have doubled in size. Insert clip of last trail ride here. That would have been at least 6 years ago. So we used the Rabiconda to get the old tyre off, which, you know, same system as every other video you've seen so far. And then the TuBliss system is what? You cleaned up the rim and then you put new tape on.
We're putting the tape on just to protect the TuBliss system from the rim. We will need a second hole in the rim to hold the TuBliss system. So it looks like this rim's already made for it.
Do you know what he's doing?
No,
I don't. Me neither.
So there's two parts. This part here will sit in between the two beads of your tyre. When you inflate this tyre, this tube on the inside, this gets wider and just presses that bead against the rim. Thus the gap in the inside is now your pressurized area. This also provides you with rim protection.
So if you've got that in the way, you don't run it. That is your inner tube. You don't run an inner tube?
You run no inner tube.
So you just put that in there, inflate that to 100 psi,
yep,
and then slam the wheel over it. Well, you're slamming the wheel over it before you inflate it.
Yep.
And then you've got ambient air in your tyre, and however hard your sidewall is, and then 100 psi on the inside.
Yeah, so the inner one here will be at 100 psi to help seal and hold that in place. And then the second valve, which you see here, which will allow you to inflate the tyre to whatever normal tyre pressure you like to run.
If you've got this on the inside, how do you get a second valve through it?
That is the magic of this guy right here.
Mm.
So this is the valve that goes from the outside through to the inside.
Ah, I see.
And this tube that you'll see here, oops, damage that.
Ah, so there's a tube inside it.
That slips inside around it, and that gap there slips around it.
Wow, cunning.
So you've got an inner and an outer.
Right, I'll stop with the inane questions. You show us what to do.
We line these guys up. And this one here has to line up the other hole. Put it in and we'll see how.
So you've been running this on your WR450 for a while?
Yep, for a couple of years now. Yeah, it works really, really well.
How well does it hold air? Like, do you ever check the tyre pressures and go, oh, that's a bit soft after, 2 months of not riding or something like that?
Yeah, well, actually, it does hold air very well. I had initial issue with the seating of the tyre and the seating of all this, and so it wasn't sealing 100%, and it would just slowly leak down. But then I found that once you start to use the likes of silicone on it, everything kind of settles in and slots into place nicely. So what I'll do here first, just do a bit of a test sizing, see if I've got these things in the right place. Not quite.
What do you reckon, Lawrence? Now you've seen this, you going to pick one up on the way home?
Oh, maybe one day. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, I'm liking the look of it so far. Just the question is, how much faffery does it add when changing tyres?
That looks better. I can see some sparkly bits flying out.
Straight in.
Take 32. Now. So.
This is where you want your tow bar mounted. Well, you can use that. That'll hold the wheel.
Yeah, it'll be more solid, isn't it? Solid base to work for.
Was that on there?
Yeah, pop it on.
There you go. You've got to have this. Say to pinch it when you're doing it.
Yeah, it's a tight little one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. This one's like putting on a bicycle. From this side here, put the bottom bit in. And then we can stretch it better, right? Hey, that's better.
Now you got a problem. Hang on. Hey! We did a thing!
Yeah. We were successful at something. We think, maybe. So what happened, you'll see it when this...
Oh, you don't want to put air into it until you got tyre on, do you?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
But you want to test it.
You want to see how that works, right? So you put it on there. Like that. So you can see, as you inflate this, these sides will come out.
Oh, they come all the way up.
It'll come out. Stop there. Stop there for a second. You'll see it's come out, and it'll keep coming out to press the tyre against the rim.
Oh, I thought it sat way more in the central.
So the walls of your tyre will sit into these slots in here. And it's this cavity in between this and the tyre that creates your air pressure that you want to run at, be it 3, 5, 10 psi.
And that's only 42 psi.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's nothing there to stop it as yet, right? Once you get the tyre on, then and you inflate it, then yeah, it'll just pinch it in there.
So the benefit of running this, which is quite cool, is that you could run almost no pressure in the tyre, but you've still got 100 psi holding the beads together, right?
Yeah, acting like your rim lock. And so, yeah, your tyre can compress a lot. It can conform to the rough terrain if you're on rough, rocky terrain, or being on really muddy ground, because the tyre is flexing. It kicks the mud out. So it'll go around, it'll grab the mud, and then it just kicks it out as the tyre returns to shape. And so when people have been following me, they've noticed that there's a lot of mud getting thrown around. And I don't get stuck anywhere. I can stop on very, very muddy, slippery hills and then slide and just take off again. It makes a massive difference.
Right. So the trick here is going to be getting the tyre over this rim. You got a metal plate there.
Put a little hand here for a second. Yeah. So what we need to do is press down on there to make the tyre quite oval. And it will spread this. That's all. More.
I see. So we're deforming the tyre and really pushing the rim right down inside the tyre. And then we pull, then we just need to put the bead over on both sides.
Yep.
Given this is your bike, why aren't you doing the work?
Dad's the slave.
The slave! Ooh, that's a big call. How do you feel about that word, Dad?
I'll find a way for him to pay.
I do like that silicone though. That's real slippery stuff.
Yeah, and I found, I used to get leaks before. Once I used that, it all seemed to settle in, maybe just that a little bit better. All right.
So you're actually perfectly placed now. So if you lever over the duck head, and hold that there, that's it. And maybe Lawrence puts his foot there.
At the bottom.
Now we give it a crack and see what happens.
It's looking better.
There we go. It's going into the drop center. Ah, yes, the strap's undoing itself.
Interesting.
Hold the end of that strap while you got your foot on it. Yeah.
A little bit more. Here we go. Where's that?
You might just have to get
I
a.
need to take it off that front part of the ducky.
You might just need to put your foot on it and see if you can kick it over. That's it.
Done.
One side on.
That's one side. Flip that over. Now we do part two.
So there's a little bit of faffery, but it's not overly difficult.
Because you do it a couple of times.
It's easier when you remember, eh?
Oh, the right strap.
That's right.
And then just give that a kick by the duck head to push it back over. Hey!
Done.
So we put 100 psi on the in, and then we put 20 psi on the out, and if it holds it, it's done.
So stuck. 100.
Anyway, we'll find out.
So
8.5.
I'll take that is okay for now. We'll just leave it for that for now. So what we do now, we can plug that guy in there. And the big fat one is the low pressure, which is the blue cap, and the high pressure gets the red cap.
That is a tubeless system installed. So now you just need to keep an eye on the pressures and make sure it's holding pressure.
Yep. Make sure that the inner one doesn't go down, just to prove that we haven't pinched it on the way in.
So there we go. We used the Rabiconda, but we probably didn't need to use the Rabiconda. It did make life easy. If you want to know more about this, don't ask me. I don't know anything about it. But talk to your local tyre guy, or go to a trail ride and talk to somebody who's clearly got 2 valve caps on their tyres. You got any questions, chuck them in the comments box below. I'll try and answer them. Hit the like and subscribe buttons and you know what to do. We'll catch you in the next one. Hooroo!